In fact, this is a couple. This is Rodney Penny, his girlfriend, and Katie Ratliff. They actually live in the apartments just right across over there. And they were actually outside because they were on the second floor. Didn't think that was stable enough. So you guys were outside when this massive tornado came over. Rodney, your perspective.
Well, the tornado alarm started going off initially, and that's when I really started taking it more seriously, because here in the Midwest, you hear tornado warnings and whatnot all the time. So I think people do kind of get jaded when it comes to that aspect. But we heard the tornado alarms turn onto the Weather Channel, and that's when we saw the tornado initially touch down in Newcastle and started heading our way. At that point, with the combination of the alarms and the knowing that there was a confirmed tornado on the ground heading towards us, the second story was not the place to be, so we decided to head across the street to the bank. It's one of the IBC banks right across the street. We knocked on the door real loud. It was locked, and the manager came out, and he said, "Sorry guys, we can't legally let you in." So at that point we realized they've already made their decision. Time for us to make ours. We look up 19th Street, this road right behind us, as the twister was coming down.
You saw it.
We physically saw the twister as it was coming towards us.
What went through your mind? Take me to that moment.
It's time for us to make a decision. I'm not going to stand out here and get caught out in the middle of this. No, we've come too far just to let this be the end. So we winded up running about, I'd say, about 30 meters down the road opposite of the tornado. Found the storm ditch. I said, "Katie, get tucked in this tunnel right here." So I got her in the tunnel. I brought myself in the tunnel. We got right towards the midway point. I tucked her down as low as possible.
This is a ditch.
It's a storm ditch. Luckily it's a 4-lane street right behind us, so it was pretty thick. So I felt pretty confident in the foundation of it. But I figured I'm 6'1", she's shorter than me. If I tuck her in under me and up against the wall, we'll be as aerodynamic as possible, so we won't get hit as hard by the winds. So luckily we get balled up, and we got pushed a little bit. I got hit. My whole right side is bruised and cut, and if I was to take off my shirt right now, but we're blessed. We're very, very blessed.
Yes, you are. Katie, take me to the moment when you saw the tornado. You're outside and it's headed your way.
Yeah, I was really, really scared. I saw it just shredding stuff up, and I honestly was just like praying to God. I just kept saying over and over again, "Please God, let us be safe, just protect us." And then, while we were down under there, I honestly felt like it was just going to come and suck us up in there. Like I didn't, because there was it was too open. It was open on one side, open on the other. It was just like a bridge. So I was just scared that it was just going to take us. So I just kept praying to God.
Now, were you guys thinking, how in the world did I end up outside? I mean, that is the last place I think you would want to be.
Yeah, it was definitely scary outside and seeing the tornado. But we honestly felt like, the bank people would have hearts to let us in their vault. Apparently not, so we had to protect ourselves.
You were just trying to look for protection. So there's no storm shelter at the apartment complex?
No, not at all. We even called management before the tornado to ask them if they had a shelter maybe in their office or something, but even their office got hit by like a huge branch and stuff, so.
There was actually an EMT in our complex as she was leaving out. I went to her that was right when the tornado alarms were going off. I went to her, asked her, we're new to the city, as you most likely know. We just moved in, so where would the best place to be? Somewhere underground. So that's one of the factors that led me to believe being on the second story would definitely be worse than just finding somewhere low, like low, even if it's just the first floor, just somewhere low. Luckily we were able to find that storm ditch and we survived.
So you guys came over here, you saw the media, you wanted to plug in your phones, you need electricity because you have no electricity in your apartment now, and you were telling me something about water pressure. I guess it was...
We have running water, but the water pressure has gone down severely since the tornado hit yesterday. So we're out of electricity. Last night it was pretty hot, pretty sticky. Right now it's cooled off a little bit, so I know it's bad for you guys, but it's good for us in the hot apartment. But we just want to charge our electronic equipment, make sure that we're good until we're able to get power back onto it. So, we've talked to our families, everybody knows we're okay.
So your apartment is okay, you just need electricity?
Yes. Yep. And maybe some snacks.
Well, guys, I'm glad that you're here. What a story that you have to tell. Thank you so much for sharing it with me, and good luck to you. And next time, let's see if we can find some place to stay inside. Thank you. Rodney Penny, I appreciate it. Katie Ratliff. Guys, is that not an incredible story? They were actually outside, took shelter in a storm ditch.